Live from PATV Studios, it's the Lyle Style Show. And now, the man with the most style, it's your host, Lyle Style.
Hey, welcome to a beautiful edition of the Lyle Style Show. I'm your host, Lyle Van Harris, here with you again. Another beautiful show. I mean, we have a really good show. We're going to be talking about the art of boxing and with a person that's been doing it for a while and that's been has his co-owner of his own gym called ICOR. So I want to welcome my good friend Clif Johnson. Clif, welcome to the Lyle Style Show.
Thank you for having me.
I've been kind of talking about you and your wife a little bit about trying to get you on the show for a while. I know you're busy, and I'm just so glad that you finally made time to come on my show and to kind of give us a little in-depth about what's going on in your life with ICOR.
I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. But so a little bit of background. Now, I didn't know this about you. Now, you're a native of Philadelphia. You're from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yes, I am from Philadelphia. I was born in West Philadelphia. I almost kind of went into the Fresh Prince song because it's kind of the same thing. West Philadelphia, born and raised, and then ended up moving to Delaware after a while and spending some time in Delaware. So, West Philadelphia is where I'm from, but I moved to Delaware and started boxing probably around, I believe I was like 12 or 13.
Right, 12 years old, age of 12, yeah. At your father's gym, matter of fact.
It started off not in a gym. It started off very, very, very basic. Yes. My father originally, my father was a bodybuilder.
Okay.
So originally my father wanted to build a bodybuilding gym. And then he went towards boxing a little more because he had boxing in his background. And then he decided he wanted to try that out a little bit and got my cousin and I into it, and we really started pushing forward. And my cousin and I kind of started the way there.
Right, you kind of blossom and doing what you're doing. But you were very young, like I said, 12 or 13, that has to be young. And over a boxing span of 10 years, though, you've been doing it.
Yeah, it's roughly about 10 years, on and off, yeah.
Oh, wow. And I see also here that you participated in won numerous local and regionals and national championships.
Yes, that is true.
Competitions.
Absolutely.
Wow. So that had to be a really good thing, as you're growing up, being young and having those accomplishments under your belt.
It was great. It was my father really, he wanted to push me. He already knew I liked challenges and I was a very feisty kind of guy, so he pushed me into that direction because he knew it would be the right thing for me at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Okay, if you tell me, what was your first, at your young age, your first belt that you can think of, recollect to your mind?
I can tell you my first fight that I can recall. My first fight was at a Frawley Stadium, I want to say. And I was so nervous, it was ridiculous. I was nervous and excited all at once. That's the honest God truth. The one thing that really helped me out was because we were a small, tight-knit group, when we first were starting off with our training, we really had each other's back, and we really motivated each other a lot. So my cousin, he was going to be the big fighter tonight. I had to start it off. Okay. And we were because we were a brand new gym, it was, we were pretty unknown, you know what I mean? So obviously, my cousin went out there and he went against a big head name guy. I went out there and it was just my first fight. I had no idea. During my first fight, I wasn't thinking in any way, shape, or form about who I was fighting. All I knew was, all right, it's time to fight. That's it. Ready to fight. I feel the nerves and everything, but I like fighting for fun a lot more, so I didn't really get scared. It was more along the lines of oh my God, I can't believe how many people are going to be out there. It was in Frawley Stadium, which is AAA baseball.
Right, so that's a big stadium.
To me, it was huge. It was like being somewhere else completely, like Vegas or something like that. But during that first fight, I remember being really nervous. I ended up getting out there with them. I remember stepping up in the ring. I remember pretty much feeling like it was a sparring match. It was because my father made me feel very comfortable Everybody I was in there with was a lot older and bigger than me, and I sparred with them a lot. I was weighing, I think at the time, maybe 147 pounds.
Oh, wow, you was a little one.
Yeah, soaking wet. Soaking wet at 147 pounds. And so, but I was feisty and ready to roll. So ended up fighting, ended up getting fight of the night. That was great.
Fight of the night?
Yeah.
First fight, man?
That was the first fight of the night. It was an excellent reward for two people who worked really hard. At the time, fight of the night was, they basically gave us fight of the night because we started the night off, and we started off with a bang.
Okay.
It wasn't something that you sit down and, no, every 2 seconds it was a height level raise, and everybody was hyped up for the next few fights. So it was great. It was a lot of fun. I didn't lose. I didn't win the match. I lost the match, but I lost it on points. That was questionable according to my father and them. But that's life.
You got robbed, man.
It wasn't. Yeah, we don't even think of it like that because it's not in it for. Especially in the amateur, you don't think about records. All right, it's about experience. It's about learning. What you have done right, what you can do better. That's pretty much where we're at in the beginning.
So it was a learning curve for you doing that fight.
Yeah, it was definitely a learning experience.
Wow.
It was fun though. I love it. It was a great.
Well, see, as you being young too, and being involved in that at an early age, and then having the skill, having the talent to do that, and you thinking about it just being fun. That's what makes it so different. That's what makes it go good. That's what makes it worthwhile. Getting involved because it's fun.
Absolutely.
It's not a job.
Yeah.
It's not your job. It's just something that you enjoy doing. You enjoy putting those gloves on and doing your thing, man.
It's weird. It's a weird thing that sometimes it just feels good to hit someone and then be hit back. In a way you feel awake and alive afterwards. It's just like, oh, well, that wasn't so bad. We have a lot of fears, I feel like. We have a lot of fears, and one fear is, in a way, just somebody putting their hands on you, somebody touches you. To be able to get comfortable with not just somebody touching you, but then somebody really touching you, actually punching you, and then still moving forward, you're still alive, you're still all right. I mean, that's it's a different awakening. It feels good.
Right, and your heart is still beating. Your heart is still beating.
It's a little bit of a adrenaline.
Yeah, and now you're grown now, and you still do your thing. But back in Philly, was this in Philly or was this in Delaware?
By now, we moved, and we were living in Delaware at the time.
Okay, Delaware.
I was a little older.
Okay, East Coast. So you're doing your thing, and then you were sewing it over the span of 10 years. And when I read a little bit about you, which I was like competitive, in national, multiple Golden Glove. Now, Golden Gloves, that's the pinnacle of the amateur ranks, getting the Golden Gloves. Man, and you won multiple Golden Gloves. In what weight class?
147, and then in 156. 147, 156, or 156, 155, something like that. They've changed the numbers up a bit since then. Things were a lot different back then, too.
Oh, yeah.
Back then, they didn't give belts. That's the only thing I'm a bit jealous about.
You didn't get no belt, man? You should have got
I got titles, but I didn't exactly get belts. We got trophies, we got ribbons, we got stuff like that. We got jackets. But back then, they didn't really start giving belts away back then.
Wow.
Back then, it was a little different, so... When Emily had a bunch of belts and everything, I was just
you was like,
I was like,
she got the belts now.
She got belts. It's not about the belts. I don't think about it like, oh, I need a belt or anything. I liked it for fun, like I said. It was a thing that I just liked the challenge of it more than anything else. I didn't really. Trophies and everything are beautiful. Right. They look great.
They do. Right. You got them all up in your house.
They'll let you know your accomplishments, but at the same time, I feel like the accomplishment is really inside. Inside you. If you know what you did, then that's the most important.
But you get confidence in what you're doing. Confidence in knowing that you, as a person, can take care of yourself in any given situation. You can take care of yourself, not only yourself, but the person that you're with, that you care about. You, as a person, as a young man, can actually, take care of it. It's not about you being cocky or showing off, but any situation, you can handle yourself.
Learning any type of martial art, for self-defense is a huge confidence
Oh.
booster. It really is. It's really helpful because, like I was kind of saying earlier, like some people aren't even used to being touched.
Right.
Like they don't know about somebody being in their bubble. If they're
Right.
too close, you can get anxiety from it.
Yes.
But learning that you're not just a deer in headlights, learning that you're not just vulnerable, learning that you can protect yourself, and then sometimes breaking yourself down during a workout and being exhausted and tired, and then afterwards saying, hey, you know, I made it through that.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. It really moves you forward as a person.
Wow,
It
that's
really can help.
Wow, that's emotional to me when you say that, man. I can feel it. That's so true, man. That is so true.
It's one of the reasons why I love the Marine Corps too.
Yeah, okay, that's what I want to get into a little bit about that down the line. About, well, okay, a little bit about, now, you also want to touch on this a tad bit about, now you transitioned from boxing to kickboxing. Now, how was that?
Well, I didn't do a lot of kickboxing. I did a lot of training with, I had friends who were doing kickboxing and stuff like that, so I did training with them. And then I would work on my own, but I have...
Did you learn something from that?
Oh, yeah. No, kickboxing, I learned that it's a lot harder, or it can be a lot more taxing on the body, I'll say. When you're boxing, you only have to worry about that upper body
Right,
a lot.
right.
Well, I don't want to say that. You got to worry about the lower body, that's for sure. However, kicks, they hurt. And if you don't know how to block them, if you don't know how to move from them, if you don't know how to deal with them, it can hurt a lot.
You hurt a
So,
lot,
I respect Muay Thai, I respect kickboxing, and I respect MMA a lot. But each and every single sport, I feel like, has their own beauty to it. You know?
Right.
Boxing is the sweet science for a reason.
Yes.
It is a beautiful thing, and that's why some people make it look like poetry.
Yes.
Just a few slight movements in the right direction, and you look like you are almost superhuman. You know what I mean?
I know
It's
what you
beautiful.
mean.
Floyd
I know what
is
you mean.
one of my favorites when it comes to
Right, that's what I asked you, who is your favorite that you've grown up with, that you really, now I don't want to say idolize, but really look up to as like being, wow, this dude is bad. He's got it.
To be honest, fighters or boxers?
Was it different? Okay,
Yeah.
fighters. Okay, let's go with boxers.
Yeah.
Let's go with boxers.
All right, boxers. Boxers. I would say, growing up, one of the boxers that I looked at and idolized the most, or at least I was terrified of, was Tyson.
Oh, hey.
I don't know how else to put that.
Yeah, right. Who in the right man wouldn't be terrified of somebody like, yes.
Mike Tyson was extremely influential on me thinking about boxers, between Mike Tyson and then Muhammad Ali.
Okay,
Those were the
yes.
first two names. When I thought of boxing as a child, those are the first two names that always popped in my head. Muhammad Ali and then Mike Tyson. Now, also, at the time when I was younger, I was a big fan of Oscar De La Hoya.
Yes.
Roy Jones,
Yeah.
and a little bit older is when I really started getting into Sugar Ray Robinson.
Oh.
Yeah,
Now,
I didn't really know about him when I was younger like that.
Oh my goodness.
But the older I got a little bit older, I started getting into Sugar Ray Robinson, and wow,
he was
He was
a
bad.
monster.
He was bad.
Now, I think, my opinion, that back to Sugar Ray Robinson was the deal that he could took any guy if in his prime, the ones that even now, he could take any of them. The dude, he's the raw deal. The dude hit hard, faster as lightning, and hit you with both hands and knock you out.
Sugar Ray Robinson was no joke.
Was no joke.
He was no joke. He fought. He even would do unorthodox kind of style,
Yes.
and like kind of get himself lifted up off his feet, and he would do things that technically shouldn't be able to be done, you know. And he would do it, and he would do it so well that people be walking away. Well, not walking away, people be asleep.
Yeah.
You know.
That's so true.
That's
Yeah.
one thing about him that was pretty. It really attracted me towards his style of fighting and everything like that. I really like him as a fighter.
Oh, me too. Me and you agree on that.
And he went through a lot too.
Oh yes,
in
his personal what he was going through back in those days as being African American and black,
Absolutely.
and what he had to go through as being black, and my goodness, persevering with that. And I think, he was married. I forgot what his wife. I know she was white or black, whatever. And he had to go through that persecution. And the dude's a bad dude, and he still went through that persecution as being a black man.
Yeah.
And you know, I would think people would be scared of him and would say, "Hey, okay, man, you can go ahead, but whatever." But he still went through that persecution, you know, as being a black man back in that era.
Life was very, very, very difficult.
Yes, it was. And he persevered, and I agree with the type of person he was. I like him. I would think him. I would think with Mike Tyson's, you know, he's just a monster. Hit hard.
Like I said, I was terrified.
I know, terrified. Hit hard and quick as lightning. And you know, wow, what can you say about him? I mean, no words. Yes.
Hungry.
Yeah. He had the eye of the tiger.
Yeah.
So you know, the first youngest heavyweight champion in the world at 23. But okay. So get into that. You know, now let's get a little bit about you. Now you joined. When did you join the Marine Corps?
I believe that was about 2005 is when I joined the Marine Corps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I joined the Marine Corps honestly because I love my country and I wanted to test myself.
Okay. You like doing that.
Yeah. I kind of have a tendency of testing the waters a lot with life, and the Marine Corps, when it came down to checking out the branches of service and everything like that, the Marine Corps was kind of always my first choice.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have family members who are in the Army and Air Force and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
But the Marine Corps, it just, the honest God truth, when it came down to the Marine Corps, because I knew the Marine Corps was hardcore, I wanted to join them. But one of the influences of that as a younger kid was Aliens. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. Yep.
I was very, I love the hardcoreness of the Marine Corps, even in that movie. I thought it was great. When I was a little kid, he was the space, I think it was the Colonial Marines.
Right.
You don't get more badass than that.
Oh, you don't.
Yeah, I was just thinking, oh man, if you're gonna go hardcore, go hardcore.
If you're gonna do something, go all the way. The Marine Corps,
I love the Marine Corps.
Did you box in the Marine Corps?
I didn't box in the Marine Corps. I wanted to box in the Marine Corps. I was told I was gonna box in the Marine Corps. Possibly things didn't exactly work out that way. Yeah, I wish I did. I really did.
Dang! Now that was I was going to ask you about your career boxing. Because that fell right down there, and they ain't known to be boxing in the Marine Corps.
Oh, Marines are tough. Marines fight. We did McMaps. That's Marine Corps. That's Marine Corps martial arts.
Okay.
So we did that. Now I loved that to death.
Really?
And I also loved just well, Marines are very physical, obviously.
Right.
And
obviously, yeah.
I took every challenge that was given to me as though it was like, let's get it in. That's all there is to it. Let's go. So when it came down to boot camp and dealing with my drill instructors and everything like that, I got a lot of praise because I would push myself 3 times harder.
Dang.
Period. We had to challenge each other for just like stuff like bugle sticks and things along those lines, and really pushed it. That's all. So we had a good time in there.
Yeah, it seemed like that really was just your field right there. You know, to me, it's like if they're gonna challenge you, then you don't want to do it. It has to really challenge you and push you to limits in order for you to really want to be involved. When you like those challenges.
I like people. I like people, and I like challenges.
Mm-hmm.
So when it came down to the Marine Corps, I got to deal with a lot of different type of people, really good people.
Right.
And then the challenges. Sometimes you have a lot of different personalities that all mix together, and if you find the right way to mix them together, you can do anything. And the Marine Corps shows exactly that.
Wow.
So.
And that even goes out into your daily life now, as you being a grown man, doing your thing, you know, being co-owner of a boxing gym, you know, you and your wife, and you show that in your routine workout when you put that in the kids that you teach. Absolutely. And so this one get into a little bit of that too, a little bit about so you got out of the Marine Corps. Now when did you make your way out to Iowa?
That was roughly about 2013.
2013.
Yep, 2013 is when I came out to Iowa. I was actually on my way to California. So,
and you stopped in Iowa. You never left, huh?
That's how that is. Yeah, stopped in Iowa, and I heard Iowa. Well, when I was stopping through here, I heard Iowa City was one of biggest and best party towns and
Yeah.
coolest places in the place in the world.
Yes.
So a couple of my buddies, they were like, all right, let's go check it out. All right. So ended up going out to Iowa City and realizing it was very true. It was extremely true.
Yes, it was. It was #1 party town.
You guys, Iowa, I respect, in Iowa City, I respect so much for the fact that they really, truly back up their team. Like, I love that. That's kind of how we are as Eagles fans in Philadelphia. You guys take the same passion, and I was just amazed at the tailgating that was going on. Like, there was just, I was following a crowd, man. There was a whole crowd of people going over to go tailgating before the game, and I fell in love with it. I was like, everybody was just happy.
I know, people love it.
Motivated. Yeah,
they love it. Win or lose, win or lose.
They won. They definitely won.
And if they lose, they drink more. If they win, they drink more. So it's a win-win. You know, I mean, Iowa City, that's why this party town. But so you came in 2013, and how did you find out about ICOR?
I ended up meeting Emily, and meeting Emily, we just kind of started to talk about boxing and stuff. Well, we were just talking in general, and then boxing came up, and it kind of, there was a little bit of a challenge face-off there. Yeah, she said she had boxed before, and I was like, oh boy, here we go. You're trying to pull something on me because you don't not any disrespect towards women in boxing or anything like that. It's just you don't hear that a lot.
Right, you don't.
Literally don't hear that a lot, but you do hear a lot of somebody trying to spit game,
right?
And trying to just say, "Oh yeah, I've done that too." Yeah. So we kind of eye to eye went back and forth with that for a second, and then realized it was actually true, and then it was like, "Oh, that's pretty awesome and rare. That's pretty cool." So
oh wow, that was
it was a weird coincidence. I was like, I boxed at a certain time. I think I was more shocked that she boxed because, like I said, you don't see a lot of.
You don't see women, right.
Not ones that you know.
And you know what? And #1, I mean, and looking back at her, I mean, she's a native of Iowa City.
Yes.
15 national and international championships.
Absolutely. Emily was no joke.
She was the real deal.
She was a fighter.
The real
deal.
She
was a hardcore fighter.
Yeah. And you know what? And your wife, she's the sweetest person.
Yes.
And you are a real nice guy. Because you're so laid back. You're so laid back.
Appreciate it.
But you got that passion. I see that passion in your eyes when it comes down to what you're doing.
Appreciate it.
I really do. I see that. I see the passion in Emily, and both of y'all. I mean, and she's the real deal. And she was involved in MMA too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Emily did boxing and MMA. Yep.
And you did. It's like y'all was just meant to just meet at that time, you know.
It was very interesting. Yeah, it was very interesting. Definitely.
Oh, I love it, man.
Unexpected, unexpected, but a pleasant surprise. Yes,
it was, man. It was. And so she started the ICOR. So then you just kind of brought you along, or you just say, hey, let me see what this is about.
Well, yeah. At the time, she asked me to help her out with things, and let's try to just keep moving forward and build ICOR up a little bit more, and just decided to take it in a little bit of a different direction than it was currently going in.
Wow, and y'all did a beautiful job with it, man.
Appreciate
beautiful. Oh my goodness, and a quick little thing I want to touch on a little bit about the program Rock Steady, and also how it helps people with Parkinson's disease.
Absolutely.
Now tell us about boxing and Parkinson's disease. Do you never think that they two would? Okay, 5 minutes. Take that those two things would coincide with each other. Quickly, tell me a little bit about that program.
We have our Rock Steady Parkinson's disease program. It's called our Rock Steady program. It's just basically you have issues with motor skills, and you have issues with hand-eye coordination and such. And boxing, everything that boxing has goes hand in hand with a lot of the symptoms and issues of Parkinson's disease. And the way we looked at it was boxing is such I feel like a universal thing. It can be used to help out in multiple different ways. How else can we figure out a way of making this work? And that's when we started doing our research and looking up things a little bit, and then we realized the Michael J. Fox program, they had Parkinson's boxing, and then we decided to look into that a little bit more, and that's how we found Rock Steady.
Oh, okay.
And from there, that's when we decided to go and take some classes and learn more about it,
Okay.
and then try to bring the program here because we noticed there was nowhere else out here that has it, and there's people with issues.
Right,
And we want
right.
to try to help out as many
Right.
people as we
So
possibly
you made a
can.
need, it was a need for it, and you solved that need for that.
It should
Filled that
be
need.
everywhere. It
Yeah.
literally should, because
Yeah.
we have people with issues everywhere.
Mhm.
And it shouldn't be something that is hard access. Now,
Mhm.
the thing is, we have boxing, so it's a specialty thing.
Right.
But I feel like if we could get Rocksteady branched out all over the United States, even in small pockets everywhere,
Mhm.
I mean, anything that can help, that's what we should
Right.
do.
Oh, it was,
So,
well, hey, let's do it then.
absolutely.
Let's do it. I mean, you starting out with your gym in the program. I'm quite sure people benefited from that.
They're great
And-
people,
yeah.
working hard
Yes, yes.
every day.
Yeah, and
Well, not every day, every other day.
every,
Kinda got
you have every day,
yeah.
yeah, right. And also you have everything here. And also you have a UFC instructor. She was a UFC MMA person. And Julie
Julie Kedzie.
Kenzie.
Yes.
She was in UFC.
Fireball. She's no joke. She's no joke.
And she's down with you, in your gym teaching young people, teaching young kids, whatever, about the art of MMA. And
Mhm.
I mean, she's the real deal.
Yes, she is.
She's
She's
a
an
real
awesome
deal.
person too. Julie is really, she's great. She took the time out just recently to do a free class for youth over this past Saturday, and she did great with everybody there. She's just a really good person who's. We're really happy to have her a part of our team because
Excellent.
we try to keep it very small and tight knit for a reason,
Mhm.
because we care about each and every single person
Yes.
who comes through that door. Period.
Yeah.
And we don't it doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah,
period.
you know what? I
We're
know
there
that.
to help out. And
I know that. Because when I came in a long time ago, came to the door to look, you took the time, you took time out and say, hey, how you doing, blah, 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 and talk to me a little bit, and you was teaching class or whatever like that. And I said, Dad, this guy teaching class, and look at him, he's a professional, and he's really, talking to me, wanted me, if you want to get in and whatever like that, come on, take your shoes off or whatever, that. I
Don't
said,
matter who.
wow. So I said, Dad. So Dad, we only time flies, man. I told you, time.
You're right.
Half hour
That's
does
true.
not stay, especially when you talk about something really good.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
this is a good subject. And so I definitely would want to like to have y'all to come back on the show. Definitely you and your wife and Julie too.
Okay.
And talk a little bit about getting in depth about what ICOR is about.
Absolutely.
So we got 2 minutes left. So in those 2 minutes, what would you say to any young person in fashion?
I would say right now, here in Iowa City, there's things to do, but then there's things to do that can also make you a better person.
Mm-hmm.
I would say definitely go and try out, even if you've never fought before, if you've never done anything along those lines, try out some boxing, try out ICOR. Come by and really get a good feel for it.
Mhm.
Nobody ever said it was going to be the easiest thing on the face of the earth, but real improvement never is.
Mhm.
And honestly, we will push you to be the best person you can be.
Amen.
We'll back you up to the bitter end, and then
Yes.
at the end of the day, it's really all about you.
Right,
and
right.
we're just here to assist you and make sure that you can be the best you
I
can.
know, and now you have a Facebook page. So
Absolutely.
What's the Facebook page? What-
You can look us up on ICOR MMA on
Uh-huh.
Facebook. Also, our Rock Study program. It's ICOR Boxing Rock Study.
Mhm.
That's also on Facebook as well. You can look up. And we also have a nonprofit organization, United as One.
Mhm.
United as One is really basically meant to just kind of bring people together. And if you're interested, more than welcome to check that out on Facebook as well.
Amen. That's a beautiful man. Man, I hate this. We leaving the show like this because it's a lot more we can talk about, Cliff. But I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Come by
Bring your
anytime.
insight, man, insight. And I like to come down there and maybe take a little trial test and see if I can, with it and see if it's something that would fit me because I definitely want to learn a little bit about boxing. So,
Absolutely.
So would you be my trainer?
Absolutely, without
Okay.
thinking twice.
Okay, that's cool. Now everybody heard he's gonna be my trainer
That's
now.
right, there it
Everybody
is.
heard that, so yeah, so good. Cliff, God bless you. You to tell Emily I say hello,
Yes.
and definitely want y'all to have to come back on the show again.
Absolutely.
With that, this is tell me to wrap it up. So with that, hey, I wanna say, hey, thank y'all for watching the Lyle Style Show. This is your boy Lyle Harris. As Cliff said, hey, try it out. try something new, push yourself like he did. He's a proof that he pushed himself, and look what he's been doing with his life, and look what he's continued to do. So I continue out to really begin to be positive, always keep styling and profiling. And Denzel, I'm sorry for bumping you, man. Next time I have you on the show, Denzel Washington. Hey, you're gonna be my guest, man. So don't think I'm not forgetting about you. I have to have my boy Clif on the show. So next time I'm gonna have you on the show. So until then, I want everybody to always remember to keep it classy.